Everybody, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Thank you so much for joining us. The internet here in Atlanta, because of these storms, is out. So I am operating from my phone, from my personal device. So I apologize. I have no internet right now. The power went out, but the power came back on, but we lost the internet. With that being said, before we get started, guys, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. While you're there, buy some books, buy some merchandise. Again, grab, Kinky Hair is Kingly Hair. Okay.
Love the artwork.
Grab that. Grab some merchandise. And then make sure you join the email list as well. Again, make sure you join the email list as well. Also, like, share, and subscribe to the content. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the content. Really appreciate your guys' support. And then become a monthly Patreon. Patreon.com. Right here. Hold on. There we go. Bam. Technology. See, we still rolling. And even though the internet is down, we are still rolling, you guys. Hold on. Let me try to get this going. Here we go. Copy that. All right. Bam. Okay. Am I good to go? Hit that button right there. Hit save. Go on and get that banner going. There we go. All right. So again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com, like, share, and subscribe, and also become a monthly Patreon. Patreon.com. Search for Uhuru. Hold on. Is this connection? Can you hear me clearly?
You look great, man. You look great. Just got to get
okay.
Yeah, you look great. I mean, whatever you got going on your end, it don't seem to be affecting me over here. Okay. So if I can see the audience can too.
All right, perfect. Again, sorry guys about the technical difficulties, but it looks like we are rolling and we are okay. We are okay. Technology, you guys. We're rolling from the cell phone. Without further ado, we have my brother on with us today, Mr. Fitzgerald Stevens. And today's topic, we talk about all the time that there's no such thing as job security. There isn't in this day and age. Also, you have to have, with that being said, you have to have the attitude that unemployment is not going to get any better. You have to have that attitude. You have to have that attitude. Why do I say that? You have AI coming down the pipeline. Okay. I mean, people are shifting their opportunities and jobs overseas. So we are in a time and age where you're going to have to figure it out on your own. All right. We are in a time and age where entrepreneurship is no longer a luxury. Having a side hustle is no longer a luxury. Like, it's a necessity now. That's where we're at. So we can't get too comfortable in regards to, I'm just going to go on monster.com and, I'll find a job that way, or LinkedIn, I'll get a job. Oh, the job market is going to come back. Again, I think with coronavirus, we have learned, again, there's no such thing as job stability, and there's no such thing as a good job. I think that's what coronavirus has taught us. So again, just have the attitude that, look, I am going to have to create an opportunity for myself, and I'm going to have to do for self. That's the attitude we have to have starting now. We're really starting yesterday, but really starting now. So that's today's topic. Brother Fitzgerald, if you can introduce yourself for those who don't know who you are.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. My name is Fitzgerald Stevens. I'm an entrepreneur and business partner with Dynasty Mirror, as well as several other thousands of people around the world, and doing what I do. We focus on helping you to realize and take advantage of home-based business opportunities that you're going to have to need. You're going to have, should I say. And yes, you're going to need to have those, because the title is aptly named. You get used to the fact that unemployment is going to rise. Get used to that. And you have to act accordingly. So we're going to point out a couple of principles that we have found that can work in any market, and can work for you, with the adage of with the adage and the foundation of, hey, let's go ahead and control our own income instead of someone else controlling it. And let's get out there and create wealth streams and businesses instead of having to be reliant and totally dependent upon other people's wealth streams and businesses. So with the day and age that we live in right now, it's absolutely unequivocally imperative that we move towards that direction. There's no way around it. And so we're hopefully we can bring something that will be of value to you, just things to get your eyes open to think like, all right, I need to prepare for this, or if reassurance that if I am pursuing my own income streams, I am pursuing ways to build the economy in my house, not necessarily dependent on my job. Yeah, no, I'm definitely on the right track, and I need to get better at doing that.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure that like button as you come to the chat room again. Hit that like button. And also all right, so let me see if I can make comments on here. Okay, on the bottom in the description, for those who watch the replay, and also strolling at the bottom of the ticker, is my FreeBay affiliate link. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate, and we will get you guys up and running again. We will get you guys up and running. For sure. Why should one have the attitude that there's no such thing as job security?
Okay, I got a couple of words for you. CNN, Fox News, ABC News, MSN Network, Bloomberg.com, FinancialTimes.com. Other words, the news, and not all of it is bad. Not all of it is sensationalism. There are some facts to it, like for example, with CBS Market Watch is one I like to quote, Bloomberg.com, Yahoo Finances. They're telling us right now as far as what the gross domestic product is doing, what it's not doing, the purchasing power of people's dollars are going down. For example, since this pandemic, $3 trillion have been placed in circulation. $3 trillion. Do you think that's going to have a benefit or adverse effect upon the dollars that are already now in circulation? We see the stock market holding steady, but that's an illusion. It can't hold steady with close to $23 trillion in debt. That can't be. But that's playing with numbers. That doesn't make mathematical sense. We hear about cost of employment rapidly rising. It doesn't look like it's tapering down any soon. We're looking at even employments in sectors like one of the listeners right here, Markel, put on here that it's not even secure anymore for teachers, people who supposedly had good jobs, and many other sectors of the economy can be looked at the same way. So what's the alternative? Are we going to wait till after the political election? I hope not. Are we going to wait for another stimulus check? I hope that's not your game plan, because people who are behind on their bills, their creditors are waiting for them to get their stimulus check too. Are we going to look to be forced to take less hours? I think so. Are we gonna look to have maybe have our lifestyle adjusted? Yes, but if we look at the way that, hey, if we can create our own income streams, if we can get our financial house tight, if we can help eliminate debt, start saving assets, create residual income, get focused on three variables: royalties, residuals, and dividends, then we can not only survive this but thrive this. Now, that involves it starting your own business. If you don't have the funds that are necessary, or the mentorship that is necessary for traditional businesses, you might want to look at a home-based business. Right. Relatively very low cost and comparative to other traditional businesses, and you can really supercharge your household income, and without having to pay employees necessary without having to pay a lot of without having to pay a lot of overhead. Definitely, you can minimize your tax burden, which is going to put money in your pocket, and you can create a stream of income that you can lead to your generations after you, so you can leave it a financial heritage to them. That's all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Freebie is one of the ways we can do it. I like that. It deals with gold. It deals with asset accumulation. Deals with cryptocurrency. I mean, but you like it or not, it's going to come a day you're going to have to know how to trade cryptocurrency. That's what how I see one of the movements of money is going. But there's so many ways, ladies and gentlemen, so many ways to take control of your own income. Let's use our gracious host now. Now, you guys can't see it, but I'll do it for him. Right here. He's an author. This is his book. It's this product right here. One of them. Get Off and Cold Call. Okay. This is his. He owns ownership of that. Every time one of these is sold, he benefits personally far as from that. He also happens to have a clothing line with the shirt that he has on. And he does a touring company. He is a YouTuber with a substantial audience built up already. Brings great content all over the world. So he has that content, has his product go circulating through there. He's also a Freebie affiliate, which he also has his own home-based business that operates in 149 countries around the world. In other words, he's creating his revenue streams. And so you have to look at the same thing. How can I do that? How can I create revenue streams that are not dependent upon just another man or woman and working in their system? The most important economy is indeed the economy of your own home. And the liberating thing about that statement is that you are responsible for the increase of the economy of your own home. The frightening thing about that is you are responsible for the increase of the economy of your own home. Because if you have not given over to the concept and you're like, I'm just going to go out there and find a good job, or maybe the economy is going to come back and it's going to roar back and it's going to be a chicken in every pot, the country saying. Maybe not.
Chicken in every pot.
Yeah, that's Alabama saying, remember I'm from the woods, so a chicken in every pot, and so not necessarily so. No, not necessarily so. So you have to look at, how do I capitalize on this global movement of money? The money is shifting right now. Money is shifting to the World Wide Web, not necessarily brick and mortar businesses. How do you get a piece of that multi-trillion-dollar business industry that's being circulated online now? And so these are very, very serious things we have to look at. Now they're talking about perhaps coming up with a vaccine, and nobody really knows. We don't really know what we're dealing with this illness. Unfortunately, it has to be taken seriously. It has placed people in the grave. It has hijacked global economies, which and it has greatly contributed to the increase of foreclosure and job loss and hopelessness all across the world, not just here in the United States. So, but yet there are people who are thriving, and we have to look at those different avenues that are thriving, and we have to figure out a way to participate in that. And I feel there's none better than setting up your own home-based business. As far as what I'm seeing right now, yeah, you can go other things, but I feel it's nothing better than setting up your own home-based business to really take advantage of the perfect storm. That really you can acquire financial freedom and wealth and asset accumulation in a time that many people are running for the hills. It's the great. Warren Buffett. You've often heard me quote him. He has said that if you don't make money while you sleep, you're literally going to work until you die. But here's another thing that he said. When people are buying, you sell. When people are selling, you buy. In other words, when people are panicking, you double down and you start scooping up assets on the pennies. When people are selling, when people are selling, when people are selling, you start gathering, and it's so because it's going to rain and the sun is going to rise. The sun is going to rise in the east and set in the west. Whether it's calamity or not, we just have to put ourselves in position. We learn how to take care of these things. And the biggest thing when I'm saying take care, the number one I think I care about right now is the economy of your home. That is the most important thing. Understand, Senator Biden, he's going to be fine. President Donald John Trump, his family is going to be fine. This business as usual with them, they're going to be fine. You need to figure out how your family is going to be fine. And please don't have it in your mindset that you're looking for other people to take care of you. That's exactly what you're saying, that you don't get out there and really do something different and ensure that that you're tying down your sales and you're making moves as far as for you and your family to thrive. Because literally, if you're not making moves will be made on you. And we're seeing this all over the world right now. So this is when is, excuse me for my tone. No, I don't make no apologies.
No need to.
You have to get serious. The time, you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to sit back and sit what's going on. You don't even really have time to hold money. One of the worst things you could do right now is hold money. You need to get that money working for you. You need to place that money in assets that is going to bring you back more, because really the value of money, as long as you hold it, is going down literally in your hands or in your account, in your bank account, which is paying close to negative interest rates right now. You need to look at putting that money into gold, putting that money into silver, placing that money into real estate, placing that money into intellectual property, building up something that's going to give you a return, not just simply holding it. So I feel very, very strongly about that. Mr. Antonio, it says 170 billion in losses to the tourism sector in America over the next year. Mr. Antonio, I am down here in Tampa. Tampa, Florida. The lifeblood of this economy here is tourism. And man, Disney World is a ghost town. It's about maybe less than an hour and a half away from me over here in Tampa. It's a ghost town. To the 4 hours to the south, Miami, it's a ghost town. It's been hit very, very hard by the pandemic. Jacksonville, the business is not moving down here as far as in tourism like it's expected. Beach closures and reopening and restaurants being hurt, and it's a very, very big deal. So when you say $170 billion, and I assure you, Florida and the Californias of the world and the whole nation. The whole world depends upon that tourism dollars. Man, that's not practically came to a zilch. What about the people who are the waiters? What about the people who are the workers? What about people who depend upon that revenue? What are they going to do? You take $170 billion out of someone's economy, and you don't think that's going to have an effect? With the convention market, you're sadly mistaken. So, and you don't think that convention market or that tourism is not going to have a trickle down effect with the other businesses that are being supported that or relying on that. Prince Amir and I did a story. We was talking about college football, and we wasn't talking about college football for the rah-rah portion of. We was looking at the business portion of it. Him and I are, we went to schools. I went to the University of Alabama and graduate there, and he's graduate with the University of Georgia. We know what those football program needs. Now, when we were kids, it used to be like, go out there and support your team. Now that we're grown men, we understand the business of football and how much revenue that brings in, and multiply hundreds of millions of dollars that are going to be lost simply because the fans are not able to sit in the stadiums, and businesses around are not able to be supported like they will with that traffic. Let's talk about the transportation sector. Airline traffic, somewhere in many parts of the world are down over 50%. 50%. And you look at things, you say, okay, Fitzgerald, what people not traveling. Well, it's not only people not
Okay,
traveling.
we're back.
What about the
I think we're back.
businesses that are affected because people are not traveling? For example, up
Guys,
where
press one if you can room again. We're having
yeah, I can hear you fine there, and I'm
I
seeing a few
apologize,
comments
guys.
come
I
in, not many.
apologize.
But seeing a few comments come in, Prince, but not
Are
many.
you there?
But like Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson Airport, that's a city. That's a city. That airport brings millions and tens of millions of dollars in that economy of Atlanta every year. Tampa International Airport down here in Tampa, Florida, does the same thing. Chicago O'Hare, London Heathrow, you know, Pearson Airport up in Toronto, Ontario. All this stuff is being affected, and so nevertheless, that translates into someone. Millions of people our economy is being affected, meaning their finances. So you can't just depend upon traditional businesses anymore. We have got to figure out ways to create. We have got to get strongly about acquiring assets. We have to get strong about reducing debt. We have to come a people of savers, not spenders. The world's economy generally works on who's spending. I mean, how much stuff can you buy? You need to save that money, but I'm not necessarily talking to the bank. You save that money and then you start shifting that money in assets, something that's going to bring you back a return, not liabilities. And you need to create other income streams. You need to focus on royalties, residuals, and dividends. Income streams is going to come in, but not necessarily you getting out every day and working that. And you need to focus on acquiring a home-based business, so you can definitely take advantage of the tax laws that a home-based business affords you, or a business affords you. And then you need to concentrate on generational wealth. Now, in the book of Proverbs, it says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That's at least 2 generations. So it said a good man does that. So if you don't have a plan to put that together, you might want to rethink about what you're doing. And it's getting hot out there. Oh, I haven't even mentioned the derivatives market. No, we talk about the stock market. The derivatives market is literally a ticking time bomb. You can look that up on Google and see what that means. No, just the U.S. derivatives market. I ain't talking about that. Do you know like a place that is often notorious, known for its crazy rent, and on the East Coast, New York City, they have over 15,000 vacant apartments there. People are getting the heck out of there. Now, San Francisco, they didn't get the memo. They're still raising land prices in there. There's another great migration in this country because, and mostly it's coming from the north back to the south. I'm a Southerner, so I grew up in Southeast Alabama and lived down here in Florida. So I'm very partial to the South. This is what the area I want to be. But a lot of the businesses are shifting down here. Why? A better quality of living, cheaper housing, among other things. Your money goes further. And we're seeing a lot of these trends, but even here, we still have these things where, with this virus, it's affected all of us, so all I know is somewhere close to line within the next 5 years, it's projected that 75 million people will start a home-based business. I have one, Dynas have one, many of our business partners that are on the stream, you have them. And why do you have that? Well, I'm kind of excited that I can run a global business from a cell phone right here in the comfort of my home and with my own hours. I'm kind of excited that it not only allows me to supplement my income, but replace my income. And now that's one of the things that Freebay is about. But you need to do something. You need to look at something. Create a blog, create a YouTube channel, get a product and service together, do something, as opposed to thinking that hopefully that you make it another 10, 20, 30 years, 30 years on your job, if you can find one, and you're going to be taken care of. You are the one that takes care of you right now. Donna, was that you that told me that the current graduates coming out right now and are coming into one of the worst job markets? Or should I say unstable job market? It's not a worse job market if you have certain skills. If you're in IT, if you're in coding, mathematics, chemical engineering, all those long line, more likely you're fine. But for the people who don't have those high quality needed skills like AI, or robotic engineering, biomedicals, I mean, for the most part, it's really, really tough. And Dynasty, you don't know about this, but did you hear anything about people are like stopping putting moratoriums on the student loans being frozen? No.
I think they are. I think part of the new stimulus package or stimulus deal is that there's a moratorium on student loans. I think.
Well, the same stimulus bill that they're bickering and fighting to see if will it really gets to trade it. I mean, and I can understand. I don't believe it should be released. We don't know what's in the bill. We don't know what concessions that either side has made. So it has to be fair. I don't want to have more debt added on to me because multi-billion companies are getting even more bailouts than when they first started doing under this current administration. I don't believe in that trickle down economics foolishness even works. Ronald Reagan coined that trickle down economics. Yeah, I don't believe that works for the most part, and I don't make no apologies for it. I mean, still seems like the wealthier increase their wealth, and the middle class start decreasing their wealth, and the poorer class seems to get poor. But I do believe in business creation, home business creation. That you can take a part of the factors that's going right now, and you can make sure the economy, your own home, is secure. I don't see any other way, because employment will go up, employment will increase, wages will, unemployment. Correct. Thank you for correcting me. Unemployment will increase, wages will stay stagnant. No, national debt will continue to increase. The derivative markets will not be ignored. No, we're looking at a very, very tight situation, and depending on what you decide to do right now can make the difference between total and complete financial disaster 5 years from now, or financial freedom, of certainty of financial security 5 years from now. It really is going to come up to you. And notice I haven't said anything about putting all your hatchets, putting all your eggs in one basket called get a good job. I truly don't believe there's a such thing. I really don't. No, sorry, I really, really don't. So what do we do? When Dinah said, "Hey, my freebie link is here." My freebie link. Many of you heard us talk about carrot bars. We did very, very well in carrot bars. Carrot bars is taking the next step, and we're metamorphosizing into a company called Freebay. What is Freebay? Well, we're still saving in gold. Freebay, instead of being based in Germany, it's based in Switzerland right now. What's the primary objective? Save gold, like we always done. Save gold. But I have probably about, in one of my checking accounts, it's kind of dwindled a little bit low right now because I got it in other things. But this is all, it's all gold. And I have here, I'm never broke because I could take one of these and 2.5 gram gold card and just pull it out right here. Notice it's on my possession. I can literally give that to someone, that 2.5 grams of gold. I could trade that in for income. I'm never broke. I may not necessarily have much to do with my checking account at the moment. That's because I decided to keep most of my money in assets, but I'm still pretty good as long as I have these assets. No, I don't really even think about it. I've been collecting stuff like this for years. It's part of my financial portfolio. Okay. What another thing? I still have my residual incomes that I have for people doing that. I still have a global business throughout Africa, throughout Europe, throughout North America, Canada, United States, down in the Caribbean. People are saving in gold. Now with Freebay, we've also put a cryptocurrency component together where we can learn how to trade various cryptocurrencies. And why you want to do that? Why do you want to learn that? That's the new money. That's where money is going right now. We see what Bitcoin is doing. We see what Ethereum is doing. We see what a host of other cryptocurrencies are doing. We also see stores like Starbucks is actually taking cryptocurrency. We see that money is going to the digital format as well as it should, because why do people want to keep holding on something like your US dollar, your Ghanese dollars, your Swiss, your French franc, your Nigerian naira, your South African rand, your Japanese yen, your British pound? Why do you want to hold something that's going down in value? Why are nations around the earth scrambling, to acquire gold? And why? Because gold is money. And we have to get that. We have to really, really, first of all, understand what real money is. According to Michael Delco, real money is defined as a store of your labor, your store of your labor. Now, let me also clarify that. Okay, if this right here, the gold that I just showed you there, that is going to be worth more in the future than what I paid for it now. It's still going to store my labor. It's going to increase in value. That is one of the definitions of real money, according to Mr. Delco, and he's absolutely right. Therefore, that eliminates paper money or fiat currency because it goes down in value. And many of you know that, but all of you are going to relate to this scenario right here, with your same amount of paper dollars that you go right now. Will it purchase the same amount of goods in a grocery store that it used to purchase 5 or 10 years ago?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
It won't purchase the amount of goods that it would.
A $20 bill right now, ladies and gentlemen,
5 months ago,
is the equivalent of what a $5 bill used to be 10 years ago. $20 is equivalent of 5. $100 is the equivalent of the new 20. No, I mean, it doesn't do anything, it just doesn't, not like compared to what it could do. Now, I feel that, and it's just me. No, I mean, there's no one but me. I don't know how families of 5 and 4, I don't know how y'all doing it.
I don't either.
I hear people, I hear the wife working, the children got a paper route, the husband working, and they thinking about putting a dog in a dog show for him because he got to go ahead and earn his biscuits. I don't know how you're doing it, because you can't save yourself the wealth. You can't. The game, I would say the game has changed. It's always been like that. But somewhere along the line, we have been lulled into thinking, hey, we go out of college, we get a good job, we work, and they just take care of us. Let me tell you what's really happening. You go to college and you come out traditionally in a whole bunch of student loan debt. Student loan debt is well over, is approaching close to $2 trillion, if not more. And you can't discharge it in bankruptcy. That's just in the United States. I don't know how London and Switzerland and Nigeria. I don't know what they're doing over there. You can't discharge student loan debt in this country. You cannot get declared bankruptcy, so you have to pay it. Okay. And you go there and they want you to, and you go in there, you think you got a good job. Now, some of you out there are thinking, well, I'll be further along if I had a college degree. I'll be further along here. You can have mine. You can have mine right now. My degree did not get me in the position I'm in right now. You need a particular set of skills. You need to understand wealth principles. Now, the degree can get you a look at, and yes, degrees are needed for certain type jobs. But what I'm doing right now, starting a business, I didn't need a degree for that. I didn't go to business school for that. And I have a global business. I didn't, I started 2 other business prior to this. I didn't need degrees for that. What you need to understand financial principles. You need to create a system that brings you wealth. You need to create a system. You need to create a product of goods or services that people are willing to pay you for. And no, ma'am, and no, sir, you don't necessarily have to have a brick and mortar business. You need capital, yes, and you need mentorship, yes, but you don't have to do it a traditional way of business. I advocate, and Prince Amir advocates, take advantage of the World Wide Web, because you know what? You can start your business online, like such as a with the Freebay Corporation, a business within a business. You can start your online business. It never sleeps. It's never closed. You don't have to be there. It goes all over the world. It brings you revenue when you're sleeping or not. From literally all over the world. You don't have to ship people products. No, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to keep up with a system. What you do, you simply ask someone if they do they look for other ways to make money. Yes. Okay. You send them your business link with Freebay, which is incidentally is free, and you plug them into training, which is free. They decide to get started. They decide to get their packages, and they decide to start collecting their gold, and you get paid for that. Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money, as our senior founder Ty Best would say. Now, I want to something sticking out to me, not something but a comment. Forgive me if I'm wrong for pronouncing this name wrong. Mitsu and Core. 6 million. You can up to 6 months deferment or forbearance right now. Yeah, Mr. Anchor, but that forbearance is student loans, so 6 months go quick. Believe me, I know. I got a couple of.
It's a year.
Yeah, so it goes by quick, and then they capitalize the interest on it, keep rolling that up too, so you're paying more on the back end. Yeah, it used to be a thing where you had government jobs. I know Prince Amir's mother has worked a very successful career, long time. Say they're close to 30, 40 years. That's a heck of a career on one job. She stays so long at a job, she don't even know how to apply for them. She has pension plans from the state of California. It's out the yin. That's gone. Used to be you get these government jobs, you're pretty in. Well, now that they're cutting back, and you notice they've been really phasing out a lot of the jobs that we often see. For example, the postal workers. Postal workers are under attack now. As far as what they're streamlining, and a lot of things that we thought was good, and a lot of things that we thought was a sure thing is turning out not to be so sure. But the sure thing you need to understand is, like, your family needs money, and your family needs income, and if you don't get it, I assure you, your family is going to be under great stress. No, and you have to figure that out. And so we're looking at these things, man. What do we do? What do we do? It's not a time to panic, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a time to panic. No, we are living in the best time in the history of the world to create wealth right now, but we can't do it traditionally the way we have been doing it. No, we can't do it. I don't know how it is for our family over there in the UK, for our family over in Africa, for our family down in South America. Canada and the United States, we're very similar in our mannerisms, the way we do business. Very, very similar. I have some very good friends up in Canada. When I go up there, it's not like I even left the United States. Our cultures are so similar. And I'm saying that to say this. It used to be where you go in for an interview, Prince. Someone wants to see you. They want to talk to you. You get your shirt all crisp and you iron it very well and put the starch on it. And I'm quite sure it works in London the same way. These were the old days. You go up there, you get called in. Maybe you sent your resume before or beforehand, but often they tell you that they bring it with you when you come in. Now that your interviewer is a computer, do you realize that if you're applying for jobs now, they don't really want to see you? They want to see your resume online. They want you to go on their site.com. And you go ahead and do that, and you fill out. Now, your interviewer is AI, artificial intelligence, and you know what that computer is looking for? That computer is scanning your resume for key words that are applicable to the position that you're applying. So therefore, that throws out the one resume fits all. You can't do that anymore. That artificial intelligence is not looking for complicated templates. He wants to keep real nice, low key templates on your resume, because if it's too complicated, you're eliminated from that too. And you use like wrong strip script, like there's different type of scripts like sans serif. That probably one you basically want to use. It's easier for it to scan. If you have don't have certain skill sets that the job is calling for, and you don't amplify that, you're gone. You're eliminated. You don't even make it past first base, and that thing can read thousands of resumes, within seconds, because of the technology there. If you don't have blanks, if you do have blanks in your resume, you can be eliminated. We want to know what you've been doing. Okay, and so all these things you're up at. Then when you, let's say you get past that, you get an email. And then and you get an email. The next stop they want you to do is take an assessment. See, this face-to-face stuff, that's really down late. Take an assessment. You're taking assessment for part-time jobs paying $12 an hour now. No, take an assessment is sent to you. Okay. And then maybe you'll get a phone call, a phone interview. This is the way it is right now. This is the age we live in. And so if you don't have these skills, you don't know how to maneuver that, you're constantly get rejected and you don't know why. No, applying in there. But I can go in there and then say, well, let me go ahead and do my FreeBay account. Hey, do you look for ways to save money? You interested in doing that? Okay, here's my business link for FreeBay. Take a look at this. They see that, oh, great, I see how I can duplicate this. We're going to help you do that, help you saving gold, help you build a global team, help you create residual income. 18 or older, you don't need any college degree, and you're working 149 countries around the world. No one's asking to scan you and see if you fit as far as with that. All you got to do is be 18 or over. No one's asking. You want to say like, okay, I want to be an author like Prince Amir. Well, put a product out there, build your YouTube channel. Build you a platform and market through that platform. I do similar things with my business. Find ways to win. Fitzgerald Stevens. That's my YouTube channel. I market that. I mean, my God, you spend all your time promoting other people's work anyway. Why don't promote something to you? And then you figure out how to make an income. Then you figure out how to make a business. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the brand. Mr. Akan, Trisman, you are the brand. Income Stream Max, you are your brand. Grant Wood, you are your brand. You are your brand. Do you understand what I mean by that? You are your brand. That means you own it. You take your intellectual property, you take your gifts, and you bring something of relevancy to the marketplace that people are willing to pay you for. You build you a network. And you incorporate that. You go out there and get you a tax ID number. You go out there and put you an LLC together. Limited liability corporation, not necessarily sole proprietorship. You have more protection with a more legal protection with an LLC. And you start marketing. While you're working on someone else's job, you start growing your own business. You become a part of the FreeBay Corporation, and you're focusing on multiple streams of income. So therefore, if something happens to you, your family is not devastated. Whoever would have thought that music, that we're not going down to record stores anymore and buying 45 LPs and we're not buying little cassette tapes. Man, this used to be the MP3. This is dinosaurs. So many kids on there like, man, yeah, I heard my mom talking about that, or my dad. Well, yeah, in my generation, these were big time cassette tapes.
That's it. Right.
Then someone came up with the CD, and someone came up with the MP3. I don't remember the last time I bought a record, a CD. I don't have to. With YouTube existing, I can pull any song I want. streaming services and all that kind of, the new thing has changed now. And then the artists in particular, like the rap artists, is, when they used to be back in my generation, we had guys, Big Daddy Kane, DMX, LL Cool J. I'm giving away my age and things like that. But Public Enemy, Public Enemy, you need to guess where they coming from. They say fight the power. You know what they, NWA. But a lot of them have very social conscious messages. Their music meant something. Music was talking about the time. Listen to this song by Tupac Shakur called "Changes." It's relevant for every day, for the day's time. Then, but the thing I liked about that, you had this guy, Damian Dash, and you had Sean Carter. Y'all know as P Diddy or Puff Daddy or Puff Line or whatever he want to call himself for the flavor of their. But they started, let me stop working for these record labels who are literally getting pennies and controlling my masters, and let me create my own record company. There's a gentleman by the name of Percy Miller's. God, he should be studied in everyone's business school. Everyone. A young man that came out of that came out of Louisiana, inherited something like a $10,000 insurance policy from his grandmother, and is worth now like $450 billion, if not more. Flipped it just like that, selling stuff out of his car, but he controls all his own brands. So power is in ownership. So whether they're saying like, hey, I don't want to be out here. I don't want to be out here working for someone else, and someone's getting rich off my talent. I'm going to create a business around me. And that's exactly what they did. And so you need to look at that. Be your own boss. Be your own boss. Either you're going to be your own boss or you're going to answer to a boss. Control your own financial destiny. Take the time that you're going to work for someone else's job and build wealth for them. Do that. Great. But in the meantime, take some of your own time and put a brand together that you own. Work that brand. Allow that brand to supplement your income, and then finally one day in place that income. And just look at how we can do that. Look at things like referral-based marketing streams for like Freebay, free to join. Don't make a ton of money with that. No. You look at things like YouTube. Look at things like how do I do an online service like writing books or marketing T-shirts. I was looking at marketing T-shirts. I was sitting up there, looking at a stream and said like, I could do that. I come up with T-shirt design. You know who I got the idea from? My friend Diane Samir. And line yourself with possible business partners and stuff like that. Diane Samir and I have been knowing each other going on 16 years, I believe. I like to say that, I have not one jealous bone in my body towards this man's success. I knew him when he was Albert Hollis. You guys know Dallas Samir. He had a name before that, his government name, Albert Hollis, right out of Sacramento, California, track star, football star. For gifts are good enough, the University of Notre Dame, Stanford University, and University of Georgia were taught to talk to him. He decided on the University of Georgia on his athletic gift. He used his gift to parlay into a 4-year education. So he got something out of it. Worked his way up the thing. I remember when he came to me, hey, Fitzgerald, I decided to change my name. So what do you call yourself now? Diane Samir. I like the way that flow. So it's Diane Samir. Diane Samir took the route that he was sold that dream to. I'm just telling a little bit about a story can relate to each and every one of you now. And so he gets in there, man. I'm going to corporate America. People gave him a shot with sales because he talked to a friend. They said, hey, if you're going to make some money, you really need to get into sales. So he said, okay. Started with insurance sales, Aflac, based out of Columbus, Georgia. And then he decided to say, my skills are good enough. I'm going to start with Centaurs. Became one of the top selling reps in all the nations, President Club and Centaurs. Hit that pivotal thing of 6 figures. Okay. Thought he was doing real good until he was in vacation one time over in Africa, and they told him just how good he wasn't doing. Mm-hmm. And they told him, hey, you don't work for you. We're cutting your territory, which fancy way for saying I'm cutting the pay. Decided, but before that happened, him and I had a conversation. He wanted, I told him, man, hey, you ought to go to Africa. Just go ahead and go to Africa. Because he was thinking about going to Brazil to fly out, the wild out. So God shut that down, went over to Africa, changed his life. And then start traveling and start meeting many of you and start doing, say, hey, I can make a business around this. Then he decided to start a channel, Search for Uru. I said, man, what does Uru stand for? And I don't care, but it has a nice ring to it. God, I'm making content, several hundred videos right now. Okay, that's not good. That's coming along, cool. Had a son, the transformative moment in his life. So, I mean, I need to build something for it. And I don't want him to keep going through to what I'm doing. So he diversified that into books, became an author, diversified that in t-shirts, diversified that in creating a tour company. No, and took his skills and put a platform to him. So this is what he does full time. He's no different from me and you. I mean, you need to find mentorship. He's a business mentor of mine, believe it or not. Even though I'm about 13 years older than him. I could say, well, I want to start a t-shirt. Now I have the relationship with him. I spent years with him. I can't say this worked with all of y'all, but I could personally call him. Well, tell me how you put that t-shirt company. He'll tell me, but I have to do the work. He's not going to be jealous of me. He'll help me. He's one of the big reasons why I put a YouTube channel together, along with Michael Stevens, my youngest brother. He helped me set that up. Michael was saying, man, what are you sitting up here worried about a YouTube channel when you have a friend that he knows already how to do it? Call him, because surely if you can appear on his channel and talk for him, you can do your own. And he's right. And so I talked to him. I said, hey, Dynas, well, we have this gold company that deals with gold, is saving up gold. It's called Carrot Bars back then. We need to get in business. We did. So we started growing wealth together and start taking our talents and doing that and building something together. And the time has gone by quick. So unemployment will go up. Hey, Mr. Chima, how are you doing? Someone, Richard, income stream, Max mentioned, poor righteous teacher. Man, that was an old group. My youngest brother got me started on them. Sister Soldier. These are people whose music used to mean something. And a lot of the music is basic trash right now. Really, it's not no social consciousness. It's not like Marvin Gaye's and guys back like that. Sam Cooke, who was making music that changed the consciousness of the mind. But they can't do that. You know why? Because they're on someone else's platform. Rap music is primarily controlled by 3 white guys. One of them, Jimmy Levine, and they decide what's going to be on there. Give them more of that gangster rap. Tear your community down.
Yep.
Talk about your wet body parts. Talk about how much money you got. Talk about shooting and gunning and thugging out and all that stuff. What good does that do? You see the results of that. So if we take this into modern day vernacular, go ahead and get a job. Work hard for someone. Take care of that man's house better than your own. Show up to work. Work sick. Work hard. End up with nothing. But you don't hear it. Forget about the start the job. Start your own business. Get residual income. Get royalties. Get dividends. Saving assets. Saving gold. Acquire real estate. Travel. Write books. Reap the tax benefits. Save about 40% of your income and spend it. And spend it in assets. Build financial wealth. Teach your children a good financial education. Put the tax shelter together where you can protect your family's estate. Leave money to your grandchildren and your children. Teach them how to be a boss. Last time you heard that. That's what you have to do, because if you're going to keep doing the opposite, we already see what's going on with that. You're going to be devastated. I didn't really get a strong understanding and found the right platforms in order to do that and release myself in that till I was 50 years old. That was 6 years ago. And then I started learning gold is money. I started saving in assets. I started building residual income. I started helping other people build businesses, and then I started taking control of my future. And now I have a retirement that I'm not scared about anymore. I mean, if we don't look at these things like this, we're setting ourselves up, not only ourselves but our future generations up for total economic disaster. Don't think that the people who are in our cities across America and across the world homeless, don't think about they got there because they was lazy. You go. I've been on the bridges. I've been on the bridges in Atlanta, Georgia, and talked to some of those people. For every singer you hear out there, there's somebody in those streets that can out sing Whitney or any singer you want right now. If every person you think that can build something, and great talents, there's someone that can outbuild them in those streets right now. I talk to people, who came home, and one day their house was cleared up, their family was gone, and their mind couldn't take it, and they wound up on the bridge. Or I talked to guys who and ladies who had great careers, great jobs, but something happened but for the grace of God go I. I fed him, I ministered to him, I took blankets to him, I give him my coat off my back, the homeless person. I figured he needed more than me. I had a warm car to go to. So and then I seen situations where you go and you see our elderly working in checkout lines, greet you at Walmart and greet you at Costco and on their feet all day long. Did it ever occur to you that a lot of them, had great jobs and they had great careers? They didn't envision themselves being that. And I'm not knocking those jobs. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But they never envisioned that. But yet here they are. Many of people, who have been let go of these jobs right now. You know what? They never saw their job was going to get cut.
Right.
Here's one thing we're not talking about, Prince Amir. Some of these people are losing their jobs before they're vested, before they have the retirement benefits. They'll get rid of some of these people just before you get up there. It's a brutal world. So what we advocate, okay, you need to start your own business. But to start your own business, two things are going to stop you. Number one, capital. If you don't have capital, liquid capital. You want to start your additional business, a franchise like a McDonald's, get ready in some cases, pay $2 million out your pocket and get ready. And $2 million that you paid, that you will level off maybe $200,000 a year that you earn. But get ready not to eat 5 years. Get ready to pay everybody before that. And you need knowledge. Someone who's been there is going to show you how to do it. So if you don't have that, if you don't have either one of those right now, what you want to do is start a home-based business, like a free-based business. Let me tell you why. Because you get registered for free. Prince Amir's link is there. You can make money without really coming out a whole bunch of money out of your pocket. No, you have no restrictions where the amount of people who you can talk to. You can literally make money from 149 countries around the world. You can learn how to trade in crypto thing. If you get good at become a student in the crypto trading, then there are people out there who are making more than an hour to some people making a month. And then there are some people who making more in an hour than what people are making in an hour of their job. It all depends on how skilled you learn. These are skills. And then you have mentorship that's free. What I mean by mentorship, someone is showing you exactly how to maneuver. A teaching system is showing you how to build wealth, and you follow the leader. That's what the wealthy people do. And so we're advocating, just become your own boss. Just become your own boss. Ma'am, you can make just as much money as a man. If you're more qualified and you have a higher skill set and level, you should make more than a man. If sir, young lady, young man, you could be 18 years old to start something like this, and you can make like people more than people my age. As long as you have the perseverance, the drive, and the dedication and willingness to work, you can do it. You don't need any special education on this. You don't need to go to a degree. As a matter of fact, for y'all, those of y'all who hung up, you don't have a college degree. A lot of times you're going to be working with people who necessarily don't have degrees, but they want you to have a degree to come work for them.
Right.
You're going to be working for cats who are C students in college, like me. But but they want you to have some type of special type skills. You see how cruel that is? Silly that is. You don't need anyone's permission to start your own business. And when you're your own boss, You determine what you make. You determine where you expand. You determine how much, you determine whether you hire. But here's one thing that's not going to happen. Someone's pulling you in for a review. Well, Jill, you know what? Khadijah, you wasn't cutting this deal and you can't, we got to let you go. You're not going to have that because you are the person who decides who stays, and you're going to work in your own best interest. So that's the thing far as right now, what we want to talk. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, the title is prophetic. Unemployment will go up. Get used to it.
Right.
Get used to a lot more pain than what we're experiencing right now if you don't do something to divert it. No, this is not a scare tactic. I'm telling you, this is a true tactic. I deal in truth, not fear. So if you don't think of doing something else, how can you possibly think of getting something else? So Warren Buffett has said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will literally work until you die. Prince Dinas Amir says, titles are not sexy, income is. Let me read that real again slow. Some people are like, what did he say? Titles are not sexy. In other words, people don't care what you do. They care if you have the income. Titles are not sexy, income is. Mr. Michael Delco, he says, if you don't come from a wealthy family needs to come from you. And Fitzgerald Stevens says, if you don't make moves will be made on you. You got to do that. You got to do that. The time for thinking about it is over. The time of sitting back and think is going to change is over. The time for thinking that you don't have enough, that you don't have what it takes, or you got to have someone's permission to take care of your house, that's over. The time for being a lender is over. I mean a borrower is over. You need to be the lender. You need to put yourself in a position where you can look at your children and say, hey, daddy got this, mama got this, because I'm building something. You need to put your kids in a position, hey, I'm building this, I'm working hard. Well, daddy, can we play? Not necessarily right now, but I'm building something because one day this is yours going to be, this all going to be yours. As a matter of fact, instead of playing, I'm going to show you a little bit about money. This is money, assets. This ain't money, this $5 bill that you want. That's not that. You get assets. And once the assets go up, it's going to give you this paper money, and then you can go buy your juju beans with that. You have people work for you and work with you. You learn how to build assets. You are not going ahead and interested in an apartment. You are going to stay here, save your money. Papa's going to show you how to get a house that other people paid for because they don't learn this financial education like you do. You are going to learn to create streams of income. So if something happens, you can't work, your family is not going to be destitute. That's what you're going to learn. And it's your job. Don't look for children. Don't look for the school system teach your children that. Did they teach you? I went through first grade through 12th. I don't remember how many courses in financial education I had. Probably about maybe 0, maybe 1, but I think it was 0. I went from college, 5 years of college, because I liked the program so much. Took me 5 years to get out and get it financial education. When I got out of college, I ran into people who taught me about, okay, here's the free enterprise system. You need to get assets. You need to eliminate debt. You need to learn to get your money working for you. You need to build a team and people helping you build wealth, but you helping them build wealth. You need to expand. You need to limit your tax liability. Dinas, that 6-figure you made felt pretty good, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Bonus checks, man. You're getting real big paper. I used to get big bonus checks like this. Not real nice, yo. Sometimes you hit your thing, $3,000-$4,000 per pop bonus check. You was counting your money before you already got it, right? Remember that? Remember how good it felt? Remember how good that week closed up? Mm-hmm. Okay. How did you feel when you opened up that check and saw what the taxes you paid on it?
Uncle Sam screwing me.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you would have had a business that you could have diverted some of those taxes, you could have brought more money home and still got more money back. No. How much money have you given in taxes unnecessarily because you didn't know the rules of the game? But yet Jeff Bezos and Amazon can pay zero. Jeff is worth $200 billion. No, good for him. He knows the game. And so, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we are available here to talk. Register your free account, with FreeBay. Let's go ahead and get serious about the things of making money. When you register that, Prince Amir is going to give you a call. He's going to plug you into training. And you're going to learn exactly what you need to learn. No, it's and you just go ahead and really, really do something and take a chance for yourself. I don't even call it taking a chance for yourself. Plug around the people called wealth builders, and the name says it all. And let's go out there and build stuff, as opposed to sitting up here saying, well, when it comes January 1st, I'm going to be taking the new year. The new year is now. The new year is the day God gives you God Almighty gives you breath to wake up. That's the new year. Because if you keep procrastinating, you're going to cost yourself millions in what you couldn't be. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And we would like to appreciate you so much. There was one gentleman, I don't know, Malulu Pakani. Please forgive me if I'm butchering your name. I want to open a farm, but don't have funding. No, you need to get it. We can show you how to get it with FreeBay. We can show you how to get that. I came from a farm. Let me tell you what it does. It's very, very rewarding. Growing your own food, walking on your own land, producing products, feeding your community. That's very, very rewarding. Very, very expensive though. So we can show you how to get that. Miss Garden, human capital. Exactly. You deal with the human capital. She also said human development. Exactly. You have to do that. See, we win as a team. We die as a team. We win as a team. We die as a team. You know who you work for in a company? Stockholders, shareholders. Shareholders never get laid off. They're going to get their money, even if your job got to disappear for them to get it. Some of y'all will catch that. Companies work for shareholders. They don't work for you. The shareholders demand a dividend, a return on their investment. The biggest expense in companies is labor, your job. So if they can cut your labor, their stock kind of goes up, but you're trying to figure out how can I feed my family and take care of my family? Enough of that foolishness. So Dynas, man, please go ahead and take it away. I have got to get back there. As a matter of fact, before this show, there was a gentleman that reached out to me and called, and said, hey, I heard about you guys, on Prince Amir. Mr. Timothy, matter of fact, I said, he called me about 4 minutes before the stream. I told him to give me a call back. Hopefully he's watching right now. But people are looking, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is get the information out there. And if you are shy and you're afraid to open your mouth and you're afraid to talk to people and ask them, hey, you look for ways to make money, or what can I do to earn money? How can I put additional income streams? Get ready. You're going to starve. Get ready. You are going to starve. So you have got to act. And so Prince Amir, man, I'm going to have to run, unfortunately. And you guys take care of yourself. We're here for you. We're here, want to talk to you, but and like and share this screen. Let's support this man. Let's go ahead and get some of his merchandise. Let's support him. So because to put this on, he makes it seem effortless, but but he won't do this. And I'll say it. It costs him money. It costs him money. That cell phone that he's having to stream this on right now, they want their money. Even though the lights are off, the lights are going to be back on. They're going to tell him, hey, you know what, man, we had a little interruption. Sorry about that, Prince Amir. You got our paper?
Lights are on, the internet's off.
Yeah. So understand things cost, and you just have to, people need support, and many of the content providers that he brings on the show. I have the pleasure to watch them and things like that. People need support, so go ahead and support this man. It doesn't cost you anything to share it, and it doesn't cost you anything to leave a comment, even if you decide you want to leave a negative comment. But you know what? Think about this: if Prince Amir didn't build Search Guru, you wouldn't even have the negative comment to leave.
Right.
Let's get behind this man and support him. Let's get behind our own family. Let's open up our freebie account. Let's make moves before moves are made on us. Let's get serious about our household wealth. Let's quit waiting for what happened. Let's make things happen. So God bless you all, and it is a pleasure. And I do not take this lightly. To come on here and talk to you guys. To talk to you guys about a couple of things I've learned in my 56 years of walking on God's earth. And one of the main things, people don't owe you nothing. It's up to you. And time is not a luxury you have. 56 right now, 56 September 8th. Shoot, I remember I was 16. I remember I was 15 waiting for I turned 16 so I can get some driver's license. I'm tired of driving right now. I'd rather be the cat riding around in the back seat right now with someone else driving me. I'm tired of that. But, nevertheless, you got to put yourself in position. So and that's what I'm vehemently working for, and that's what we want to help you guys work for. God bless you all, and please take care of yourself.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And once again, my FreeBay affiliate link is scrolling at the bottom of the screen on a ticker, and also it will be in the description for those who watch the playback. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.